technician, your role is to document what you see at a scene, correct?
Yes, ma'am?
Your role is not to investigate what may have occurred prior to your arrival.
No, ma'am.
You testified that when you arrived at 1111 Bellevue that there were a lot of news cameras.
Yes.
There were a lot of law enforcement, if you recall.
Yes.
It was kind of a chaotic scene.
I wouldn't say chaotic, but it was officers and cameras at the scene.
You were told that you were notified. You were not notified what the case was involving before arriving at 1111 Bellevue. Is that correct?
Exactly.
You were only told that it was a shooting incident.
We were told that we were collecting for a search warrant.
For a shooting incident.
We were told we were collecting for a search warrant.
Okay, so you weren't told anything.
Again, as my report says on the first page, as you look at the first line, the information received request to process the scene of a search warrant and arrest at the address 1111 Bellevue from District 1 Dispatch.
And I thought that in your direct testimony with the prosecutor that you said that you were notified that the case was involving a shooting incident and that 2 people were arrested.
Your Honor, just to clear up, I'm not sure at the time of when he was notified, at the scene versus before he left. So I just want a clarification.
Do you recall testifying in that way?
I don't know. What I said, if we're talking about this specific time, was when we were informed from District 1 it was search warrant. When we arrived, that's when we understood it was connected to the shooting incident.
So after you arrived at 1111 Bellevue?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for clarifying that for me. You said that when you initially get to a scene, you walk through and the officer in charge points out items of interest that he or she wants collected.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you may also walk through with your partner and identify additional things.
Yes, ma'am.
And we saw some of those things today, like the tote that you ended up taking photos of where the purse was. Is that
Yes,
correct? You testified that you collected 14 cigarette butts. And you can look at your report if you'd like.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll stipulate he said 14.
Yeah, 14.
He hasn't slept anything.
And it's your understanding that, from your recollection, those cigarette butts were collected next to a Kia that we had a photograph of.
Yes, ma'am.
You testified that inside of the plastic bag, in exhibit, well, I believe it was exhibit 334, that there was a bank envelope. Looking at the bag now, do you see what that was?
The picture's kind of blurry, but it still looks like a bank envelope.
Okay, it doesn't look like a business card?
To me, it looks like a bank envelope with the black spots on the top of it.
Exhibit 339, the prosecutor asked you to look at the inside of a garbage can, if you recall, and there was a whiskey bottle inside the garbage can.
Yes.
You don't know how that whiskey bottle got there?
No.
You have no knowledge of how long it had been there?
No.
You have no information about it whatsoever?
No, all I know is a whiskey bottle garbage can.
And you were just taking a photograph of what was on the scene when you got there?
Yes, ma'am.
In Exhibit 347, you talked about bank envelopes and a search warrant tabulation return, which was on a table.
Yes.
It wasn't hidden anywhere, correct?
The search warrant or
the tabulation was not hidden anywhere. It was just sitting on a table when you took the photograph?
Yes.
And you completed the search that you arrived on scene around 2 a.m. and you were done around 5 a.m.?
Yes.
One moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
And the photographs that you took photographs of cash. You don't know what that cash was for. That's fair. Because again, you were just taking photographs of what was on the scene when you got there.
It was cash in the purse, right?
Right. Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Just one point for clarification. You said you took pictures for, in case there were document any injuries. Did you?
Objection, Your Honor. I didn't ask anything about those photographs.
She did.
I believe that she did, and if not, I'm offering some clarification.
Your Honor, I would object to any questions about the photographs that were taken of my client after he was arrested. I didn't ask anything about that on my cross.
Yeah, I did see the scope cross. I'm not going to lie.